What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Please leave a like and please subscribe. We're trying to get this video to 50 likes and we're trying to hit 3k by the end of this month. Let's try and do that. So bring your attention over to Bitcoin. You can see 2 days ago, not yesterday but the day before, we were below, and I told you guys that even though we were currently below, and this was a daily candle, we are on the 4 hour time frame, but I've zoomed in and we'll show you the daily after. But when we were coming down in and around the previous all-time high over here, 19,666, we came below, and I told you guys it would make sense before the daily candle close for us to reclaim it, and I showed you guys this in yesterday's update. So just a reminder, in yesterday's update, so go check that out if you weren't aware already, to see that in a bit more detail. And you can see we're finding support higher than this low, which was lower than the previous all-time high. So right now we're just printing higher lows above the previous all-time high, and and this low was below. So yeah, as you're hearing or understanding, we're printing higher lows at the moment. And since yesterday, you see we had this nice run up, and just for the last candle of yesterday on the 4 hour time frame, you broke this resistance, the body over here, and you can see you've already back tested it as support with the bodies, because you were below the neckline. Pardon me, guys. You were below the neckline here, but you managed to actually close outside. If I can draw you a neckline just like that, and you can see it's some sort of double bottom. One bottom, neckline, second bottom, breakout, back test. So as long as we remain outside of this, we should continue. It's also an ascending triangle. This is what you're going to see so often in a bull market. I'm getting more excited because finally we're getting some bullish patterns. And no, we're not. I'm not saying we're in a bull market, but finally we are getting some bullish patterns that at the moment is trying to work out. We have to remember we are in this downtrend. So in a downtrend, bullish patterns might only work in the short term, and that means might just hit this target and then reverse. So I'll get you the target at least. It's going to try and go to this, but remember, because we're in a downtrend, it's going to try and get there. It might fail to. It might hit the target and then fall back. This is the issue when we're in a bear market, in a downtrend. But since this low, we're trying to begin this uptrend with this higher low here. The next step is the higher high. We need to break this high, 21,700. If we can close above this, me personally, I'd prefer daily close. Yes, you can close a 4 hour. You can even just close a 1 hour, 15-minute. But again, if you're on the smaller time frames, more likely going to have a fake out. So that's why I'd prefer to just wait for a daily close above 21.7k. If you've appreciated everything I've said so far, again, smash the like button and leave a comment to help with the algorithm, guys. Turn the notification bell on, because I do know not a lot of you are getting notified with the videos. We did bring out 4 videos yesterday, and we do this daily as well on the channel. We like to bring out a Bitcoin video first. It's the most important update. It's the market update. So whatever happens with Bitcoin is going to happen with the alts. So if you aren't even in Bitcoin, again, it's the best coin to cover. This is going to determine where the market's going. Bitcoin is the mothership. Bitcoin is crypto. So out of this double bottom over here, our target is 21,300. So just keep that in mind. Don't forget, if you're losing this, 20,373, if you're closing below this on the 4 hour, then you've invalidated this 21.3k target. Okay, I hope that's clear to understand. So if I go over to the 1 hour now and we zoom into this, you can see we came up and we were coming back down for support. I like this because usually I put the figures from the top to the bottom now, and it gives me a midpoint, the 0.618. So I know that this is a push. This is a push phase. This is an exhaustion phase. If we're measuring this impulse to the downside, this is the exhaustion phase. That makes sense because you are in a bullish channel still. Over here, you're in a bullish channel, and anything bullish tends to break downwards. So we need to continue to watch this, basically. Watch this ascending support. And of course, if you're losing the neckline of the double bottom, then yeah, you've invalidated the upside target's 21.3k, also losing the trend line here. So you wouldn't be in an uptrend, you'd be in a downtrend, coming back to this low, trying to break this low. Okay, so on the 1 hour, you can see we were over here last night, just before I went to bed, we were in and around the 618. Very nice to see if we go to the 4 hour time frame. Very nice to see that we actually broke above the 618 and back tested support. This basically means you've now created the reversal wave, because this is where we closed. We closed on the 618, and this is the golden pocket all the way down to the 050. So what should have happened here is this impulse, correct? We had the impulse, then we're meant to retrace and then continue like this. And you measure my fibs from here, pardon about that, I'd move my fibs from here to give me bearish targets, but you broke above the 618. You're back testing it as support, confirmed with that candle. A bullish hammer at support, not a resistance, at support. So we should continue up at least to the wick over here. This is our first wick and this is our second wick. We're going to head to, basically, now that we created the reversal wave, your target is the 1 fib level, 20,700, and then once you close above the 1 fib level and continue to remain above it, you will head to the 1618 at 21,300. Wow, that makes sense because we also had the technical target over here at 21,300 out of the double bottom. So yeah, some nice confluence on the Bitcoin chart. Remember, for us to be so certain that the bottom is in, if you weren't here in yesterday's video, if this is your first video of the channel, basically we are waiting for these two lines to cross over. I'm just going to get rid of the drawings for now so you can see it a bit clearer. But here we have this blue EMA, which I just literally found out completely by myself. I realized the top of the market was 69k. So I was like, let me play around with the 69 EMA. And when I looked in the history with this blue line, the 69 EMA, and this orange one, the 55 EMA, I noticed that every time it crosses over, the higher low was already in, and all we need to wait for is a higher high to break this high. And going back to where we were right now, obviously that is on the weekly, so again, this might be happening on the weekly, but for the moment on the daily time frame, you can see we're already having a double bottom. So if we are breaking a higher high above this, which I gave you already, this red line, 21,700, this is extremely bullish for Bitcoin. You can see already that we'd have a technical target from the top, pardon me, so on the daily time frame, the target is a little bit lower. On the 4 hour, it was that crazy target, 26k, but this is your neckline, so I will take it to there. Although this is the resistance you want to break, yeah, okay, F it, we'll take the target to there, basically. And once we break out over here, once we break above 21.7k, then our target wouldn't be 26. No, that was incorrect. That was the 4 hour time frame technical target. But on the daily time frame, we have a 24.8k technical target. By the time you probably come up there, these EMAs would have dragged in and around this, maybe the 55 even lower. Just depends how it wants to, how long it takes. But again, looking at that daily close, we haven't looked at the daily close yet. That's extremely bullish. That's telling me you've now pierced through this 12 EMA. You can see rejection, rejection. This actually meant here that you should continue lower. So that's actually bullish that it failed to. Do you remember on my Twitter? Go check out my Twitter, Louis_crypto, Louis with an E at the end, Louie. So over on my Twitter a few days ago, I said, how long can Bitcoin hold this 618? From the low to the high, how long could Bitcoin hold this 618? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and on the 6th day, out of here. So yeah, really, oh actually no, on the 5th day, out of here, come back on the 6th day to see if we can go below. This was actually the candle when we were making the video, it was down here. I said it's actually allowed to come all the way down to the 618, which it really tried to do. But I said, you're allowed to come down to here as long as you're closing back above the previous all-time high, which you did. So that's extremely bullish. And then the next day, a bullish candle. Why is it bullish? Because we broke above the 12 EMA, which you can see we were struggling with, and every time pushing us lower. Apart from right there, when it actually should have pushed us lower, it should have made us break below this, heading to the wicks down here. So you can see there is some strength in the Bitcoin bulls, because even though there was a bearish signal right here, the bearish signal didn't work. Why is the bearish signal not working if we're in a downtrend? Very suspect. Could we be in the beginning of an uptrend? Is that why the bearish pattern is not working? Because when we're in a downtrend, bullish patterns don't work. So why is a bearish pattern not working when we are in a downtrend? Could it be that actually we're starting an uptrend by putting in this higher low over here? Now we need to confirm it with a higher high. No, you're not safe even if you put a higher high. We need to reclaim this. We need to reclaim this. There's so many levels that we need to reclaim, but at least we can expect a bounce in the short term. Once we top out with that bounce, then we will have some bearish targets if we were to ever lose that low. But with the bounce, let's say, I'm going to start drawing, let's say we did come up to here. If we top out here and we start heading down and we lose that low like this, then we, of course, will have targets prepared for you. However, even though at that moment we will have targets prepared, you could just come back down to around 50% of this push, 50 to 60, and then continue with a higher low. So that's going to be the next step. Everyone's going to freak out and think, once we top out, wherever this happens, if it might not happen now, we might go down still and then have the spike. Whenever the spike happens, that's going to be the argument. And this is why I keep telling you all, everything in the crypto market, everything is step by step. That's how we eventually got down to this 17K target. But did we call 17K from 69K? No, because we need the patterns to play out. We needed technical targets. We need fib targets, fib retracement targets. How do you get fib targets? Well, in a downtrend, you need it to go up. And then I measure from the low to the high, and it's going to give me bearish targets. Same with here, from the low to the high, and it's going to give me bearish targets. Same with here, from the low to the high, and it's going to give me bearish targets. That's how I'm able to predict all these dumps if we lose certain key levels. Like I told you, if we lose this, we're definitely losing this. We're going to 25K. We went all the way down to 25K. Then that's where I started buying. Then we started pumping. Then I put the fibs from here to here. Then I had a target down at 17,900 and 18K. Boom, technical target met because we went 17K. Then I realized this was a shoulder, a head, a shoulder, a double bottom, and then a failed double bottom followed by capitulation. And that is exactly the same as here: a shoulder, a head, a shoulder, a double bottom over here, pump, and then a final capitulation. So how did I get this 17K target? Well, I measured from here to here with a line, and I just moved this line literally to there, and the target was exactly there. And for the moment, we have been right, and that has been the bottom. And for further confirmation that it is the bottom, we go back to this 69 and this 55 bearish cross. So you can see they're almost touching right now. They're going to touch in the next month or two. That means that it's going to take 4 to 8 weeks on the weekly time frame to actually form this pattern up down like this. And then we want to see it on the weekly time frame. We want this pattern to be clear on the weekly time frame, and this is why it's most likely going to take 4 to 8 weeks to 1 to 2 months, guys. Because over here we were here for 3 months. Over here, Jan to March, same thing. And now that we spiked down and we're not going low, we're actually creating higher lows. It's probably going to do something like this where we get out eventually. And so important to reclaim this 25 to 28K level. This is a key resistance ahead, a risk that we just head into it and go lower, but we want it to find that higher low and continue and break above. Perfect, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's update. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Again, we're waiting for the 55 and the 69 EMA to cross over to basically tell us the bottom was already in. So the bottom can already be in. It most likely is. I just can't say with 100% confidence right now that it is in. But in my eyes, it's in. But again, 100% that it is in once this crosses over. Thank you. I'll catch you in the next one. And if you do want my education, head over to my Twitter. It's the second link down below, or again, Louis_crypto. I do have a course and a mentorship, which is one-on-one. And you also get the chat completely for free included with these. Thank you again. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.